just found out 2 days ago I'm gonna live. I'm actually excited.
We're excited too. Was it that bad? Were you touch and go?
Oh, no, it wasn't touch and go. It was all go. It was bad.
Did they tell you in what critical condition that it put you in that bad of a condition? Why don't you tell me about how you felt, Kevin?
Well, actually, I run on an elliptical for an hour every day, and my diet is really strict. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never done drugs of any kind. I'm super healthy. Even my heartbeats per minute at rest are 40 beats per minute.
Oh, wow.
So I'm in pretty good shape. And the virus was like, oh, I'm going to fix you. You think you're healthy? Let me show you what I can do to healthy people. And it started turning my lungs to glass.
That is
And
such
literally,
an
the
incredible
more
way to
I
describe
rest,
it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the more I rest, the sicker I got. And it's really weird because it lets you feel better when you lay down, when you breathe slow. But the whole time, your lungs and your body is defeating the whole purpose. You start to turn to glass and it crystallizes, and more of your lung capacity is taken away from you. But when you get up to move, your air drops to half, your air consumption, you choke, you throw up, the pain, the headache, everything comes back when you move. But that's what keeps you alive. It helps your immune system to fight back. But the virus makes you feel good about laying down. It's almost like a high because you get this feeling that I just want to lay here forever. But you know, if you breathe, you're getting less and less and less oxygen. And sooner or later, you're going to go into respiratory failure and cardiac arrest. So you
So they
have
make
to
you get
move.
up then?
Oh my God, yes, they make you get up. And when they make you get up, you throw up, you cry like a little baby. And I can remember the first time it happened. After I threw up, I could breathe. So the next time around, I tell the nurses, no matter how much I beg, do not lay me back down. Make me go through it. It takes about 20 minutes to go through one of those episodes. But
Wow.
once you get to the other side of it, you can breathe a little bit better. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. You think you're gonna die during one of those episodes. You know you're gonna die, but then you don't. When just the opposite, when you lay in the bed, the fever goes away, the headache goes away, the body pains go away. You feel this relief come over your whole body, and it's killing you.
Wow. Kevin, I have never heard anybody explain these episodes as well as you just did. Now I can see why there's such panic and alarm about ventilators and why people need ventilators and they're afraid they don't have enough in the hospital system in the United States. Did you have to be on one?
No, they did everything they could to keep me off a ventilator. And that's, another one of those misconceptions. I know they're only trying to help and keep people from panicking. But if you don't breathe on your own and your immune system does not kick in, you are going to die.
Kevin, I think that your words can be a big wake-up call for a lot of people who might be gallivanting around on a beach or, out saying, oh, I'm young. You got some advice, I bet?
Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't know I had the coronavirus. I thought I had the flu. Even when I came in the hospital, every doctor in this hospital said, you don't have the symptoms. It's not that bad. It doesn't go this way. It doesn't go that way. You have some very, very bad pneumonia. Until 3 days later, when the test came back and they're all sitting there with their mouths open like, we don't know what to do. When your doctor says to you, there's nothing we can do and you need to pray and beg God for mercy. I never heard a doctor do that before, but I heard that in
No
this
way.
situation. And I thought, I, who you, that's what I said. Are you actually saying this to me? And, it came down to one of those moments of truth where they can either lie to you or they can tell you the truth because one day they got to see God too. And
Wow.
that's what it came down to. No one could
Kevin,
tell me I was going to live.
do you know, are you St. Joseph's first coronavirus patient?
Actually, I am. And I'm the first one in our valley in the county. And the thing about that was I own a body shop and construction. We do a bunch of other things. So I see 30 to 40 people a day, most of which I've never met before. But because I'm so, public and such a major public profile, I tend to find times to be alone for days at a time. So it just so happened the 10 days before I got sick, I hadn't spoken to anyone closer than 7 or 8 feet. And most of the places I went out of town. So people didn't know me, so I didn't have to talk to people. I was just in a Kevin mode and I didn't want to be bothered. When I got sick, my son was coming home from school for spring break. My employees wanted to come over and check on me, and I wouldn't let anybody in the house. I kept telling them, you cannot come in here. Whatever I got, it is bad, and you don't want this flu. Because the doctor saw me for 30 seconds and no test, no nothing, said, man, you got the flu really bad, and gave me Tamiflu and sent me home. And fortunately, that was the only place I had gone to. Now, the killer of all that is that law thing. I kept laying in the bed because I felt better when I laid still. And then one day I realized I'm not going to be able to breathe the next time I have an episode. And they got me to the hospital. And then, like I said, 3 days later, I got the coronavirus. No one thought I had it.
And it felt completely different to you. Isn't it strange how some people report, oh, I just had a sore throat, a bit of a cough. Well, other people like yourself, an exerciser, only 55, it has you in a hospital bed. Kevin, what are they telling you right now? How long may you have to be there? You've been there 11 days, I think. How are you now?
Well, to be quite frank with you, yesterday they said, there was nothing that we could do for you when you got here, so you're getting better and you're not on oxygen anymore. So you can go home and ride the rest of this out. You don't have a fever, haven't had a fever for 3 days. The problem is they said you have to be in total isolation, but you're not strong enough to walk. So somebody has to take care of you. I'm like, what? How do I be in total isolation, but somebody has to take care of me? And then I said, how do I get home? Oh, we're going to call you a cab. Okay, so you're going to call me a cab? Who's going to drive the cab? My kids aren't going to come and get me. I'm not letting them anywhere near me. And, well, I asked them, are your kids going to take me home? They looked at me like I was stupid. So now, we don't know what we're going to do. I do know that until I test negative, they're going to have to pull me out of here kicking and screaming and just throw me out of the hospital, because I was lucky and fortunate that I did not expose hundreds of people that I normally see during a week to this virus, simply because I wanted to be alone. So God had me in that mode where I just wanted to be alone for a while, but it saved my community. And now you want to throw me out there. I haven't had a negative test. I've actually had 5 tests. The first 3 came back bad. The 4th one came back, and then they did a 5th one 4 days ago. And when I asked for the results, they said, well, the CDC said we took it too soon, so we don't have any results, but we're going to send you home. And like I said, now they're trying to figure out, how do you send me home to total isolation, but I got to have somebody take care of me because I can't walk?
That might be the first time that a complication like that has been illuminated for us, and that is, are you strong enough once you have this to go home, but you have to self-care as well as self-isolate, and that in itself, for many people's conditions, will be a contradiction. Kevin Harris.
Exactly.
And Kevin Harris, who's joining us right now from his hospital bed, I'm telling you, in Warren, Ohio. And he also wanted to point out, too, that he hasn't gone to exotic places. He went to Cleveland. That's as far as he got. And somehow has come down with coronavirus. Hey, Kevin, how are you passing the time?
Robin, I am so sick, I do not care.
Got it.
I don't care if I sleep in the dark. I don't care if I be alone. One thing is that the healthcare workers are those, you talk about heroes. They come in here with smiles. They have children. They've even got people in the community ostracizing them for taking care of me. And these people are risking their lives and the lives of their families, but the community is rejecting them because everybody's scared of the virus.